Okay, let's dive right in. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new explainer. Today, we're going on an awesome journey to find out how tiny, everyday things, and even our biggest mistakes, can actually change the world. We're going to be discovery detectives today, so grab your imaginary magnifying glasses and let's get started.
So, have you ever messed up and just felt really down about it? Maybe you spilled your juice, drew outside the lines, or, I don't know, accidentally broke a favorite toy? Well, what if I told you that mistakes are actually magical clues? As discovery detectives, we're going to see exactly how some of these smartest inventors in history use their messiest mistakes to change the world.
Section 1. The Great Adventure to Find Wonders. You know, history's greatest inventions didn't just magically pop out of nowhere. They started out as little mysteries just waiting to be solved by curious people. Think about it, staying warm and cooking food with fire, reading fun stories because of the printing press, or even just flipping on the lights in your room with electricity. All these massive changes to how we live started with just a tiny spark of curiosity. Someone looked at something totally ordinary and asked, "Wow, what is this?"
Section 2. The magic medicine made by mold.
Let's travel back in time to the year 1928 for our very first mystery. A scientist named Dr. Alexander Fleming went on a really long vacation and left his experiment dish totally messy. When he got back, picture this. Right in the middle of this round glass dish, there was a fuzzy green island of mold. But if you look closely at the bad bacteria in the dish, they are literally running away from that green mold like it's a super force field. There's this clear, empty ring right around it. Now, most people would say, "Ew, gross," and just toss that messy dish straight into the trash. But not Dr. Fleming. He didn't give up on his messy mistake. He looked closer and discovered that this mold was actually a super bacterial fighter called penicillin. The amazing secret here is that by looking at his mistake with curiosity instead of just getting mad and throwing it away, he found a medicine that goes on to save millions of lives. Section 3. The Dream of Flying and the Secrets of Birds. Now, let's take our adventure to the sky and see how the impossible dream of flying actually came true. For hundreds of years, people wanted to fly like birds. The famous artist Leonardo da Vinci drew these amazing flying machines, but he couldn't build a real one that worked. Was that a failure? No way. His drawings inspired others. Over in Japan, a man named Ninomiya Chuhachi spent tons of time just watching crows glide smoothly without even flapping their wings. And finally, the Wright brothers in 1903 put all these clues together to safely fly the world's first engine-powered airplane. Okay, detective time. Let's pause for a second and do a little practice problem together. The Wright brothers stared at birds for a very, very long time, and they noticed something cool. They saw that birds twist and change the angle of their wings while they're gliding in the air. Why do you think they do that? Think about when you're riding a bicycle and you need to turn a corner without falling over. Did you guess it? They change their wing angles to balance in the air. By twisting their wings, birds keep themselves from flipping upside down. The Wright brothers applied this exact bird secret to their airplane. Because they solved this big why, airplanes today can safely carry millions of people all the way across the world. Section 4. Mistakes are hints for big discoveries. So, what exactly connects a messy doctor staring at mold and two brothers staring at birds? Well, it's the choice we all have every single day. On one side, you have giving up and throwing the messy dish away. But on the other side, you have looking closely at the mistake to learn something totally new. Great inventors never get mad and quit when things go wrong or seem silly. They think, "Wow, that's weird," and they look closer. A mistake is really just a hint for your next big step. All the most amazing scientists and engineers use these 3 magical questions. Say 'em with me in your head. Why does this happen? How does this work? And what can we learn from this? When you ask these simple things, even a broken toy or a spilled glass of water becomes a really fascinating science experiment. Section 5. Your future starts with why. You know, you don't need a huge, fancy laboratory to be an inventor. You just need your eyes and your curiosity. Here are a few observation points so you can start practicing your detective skills today. First, look at how water drops fall on a leaf. Second, watch really closely how tiny bugs move their legs. And third, the next time something breaks, don't just get upset. Ask, why did it break? Look at the pieces and figure out how it was put together. So remember, breakthroughs don't always start with something huge. They start with you noticing something completely ordinary. So, what tiny, amazing discovery will you make today? Embrace your mistakes, discovery detectives, keep asking why, and I'll see you on our next explainer.